Right, welcome back guys. I can happily say that the Maquis Fighter Stroke Raider, whatever you want to call it, is all done. I've spent pretty much the last week, a couple of hours every day, picking out all the colours because it's a lot of guesswork, and I'm really happy on how it's turned out. So here's the final reveal. Well, there it is, all done. Literally gone to town on it with a lot of the guesswork that I've had to do. Basically, when I left you, I'd just finished off with the white coat, the spray that I put on top of the grey primer, the light dusting. I can honestly say that, to be honest, the paint guide that Revell have done is pretty much useless because half the colours don't match to what I've seen on the internet through photos of DS9 and Voyager photos of the Maquis Fighter Raider. Especially this Aztec panelling guide here, it's actually nonsense. The patterns just do not match. On the top, I wouldn't say it's an 100% match, but it's a hell of a lot better than the bottom. So basically, the Aztec patterns there, it's very slight raised lines. You can see that the washer's brought them out slightly. And I've picked these out with my Citadel fine detailing brush with light grey from Revell. And then just, probably took a couple of coats to get it right. It's not most straightest lines in the world, but they're fairly straight, not too bad at all. So I've done those both sides. And then once I'd done this, and then I just went to town on the rest of the Raider with my guesswork. So there's a lot of greys. You got like a medium grey, which was like the US Compass Grey Humbrol, so I picked that venting out with that. Then you got a greyish blue, along with Revell 36157. Now this is the grey that I mostly use. It's like a RAF stroke tank grey. So I picked out those vents there, bit there as well, bit round there. You've also got this vent in here around the back. You got that vent in there and that vent in there. I've got an ochre brown. There's a lot of browns as well, so I've got an ochre brown with this nose section here, like an orangey brown there. You got a wood brown and again orangey brown. Oh, no, the Revell number 9 brown, Humbrol 9 brown, I should say. And then you got Humbrol number 26 khaki brown. So you got that as well. I went with Humbrol enamel buff number 7, and I picked out these ventings there, and then the stripes on the wings. So you got that. And then you got the gridding here. Now these griddings, what it might be worth you doing is painting these first before you put them into place on the side of the Raider, because trying to get in there around the side of these was very, very difficult indeed, and I've had to do a hell of a lot of touching up where I've hit the whitish grey with my brush when I'm painting those in the blue, which was the Tamiya X23 clear blue, which I used on my Enterprise build. So paint all these before you put them in, especially the ones with the armatures, because trying to paint around those there, I've had to do a bit of topping up here and there with a bit of white and a bit of grey mixture with a brush to get rid of all those little blue marks. Another thing as well I probably should have done before I glued these armatures in is paint those gridding, because I ain't been able to paint those at all. So what you want to do is you probably want to build the wing together, primer it, then do your white coat and then paint these on. So once you've primed all that and white coated that, you can glue that straight in, so you'll be able to pick out those gridding as well. I've also gone greyish blue with these squares here, light grey with this gridding. You got the number 9 Humbrol brown for that there, and then you got Humbrol enamel brass metallic for the guns. Also, with these engine bits here, I've painted those in red all the way around, as you can see. But with those red sections and the actual gridding, you can buy an aftermarket set by DMC, I believe. Those are clear. Those grid in there. Now these red panels, I'm not sure if they're clear and you use a red LED, or them actually red clear and you use a normal LED to shine through the red. I'll put the link on below the video, so for those of you who want to light this, you can buy that kit from DMC. I believe it comes from America. And then you've got the various other bits and bobs which I've picked out, especially on this top section here. The plans actually call for that to be blank, but I didn't. So I got like a Tamiya slightly dark green, which I did the Ken block Fiesta's spoiler with. So you got that red, blue. You've also got a lighter Tamiya blue, green as well, silver and a bit of yellow to pick those out. I use gunmetal for those ventings there and there. I've also used gunmetal for the exhaust as well. And then turning this over, I've basically put it on its stand for just to show you guys what it looks like standing up. I'm not going to use a stand. I'm going to be hanging this from my ceiling. So again, with the Aztec panelling here, I've had to do all that guesswork with the light grey. Where that greyish blue there is, I should have painted, according to the Aztec panel, they actually got that one right. I should have painted that in the light grey, but I painted it in the medium grey, same as that one. I've also used a NATO olive drab for that grid in there. And again, with the 36157 tank grey and the greyish blue, I've picked those bits out as well with the light grey for that. And then with the buff, I've picked out those panelling as well. And then I did the underneath panelling with that tank grey or RAF grey, and then you got the green and the red for those little lights there. And that's pretty much it. So you can see that I've also got rid of the the whitish grey with my game colour black wash and just literally went to town on it. So with this brush, I just went to town on it, left the wash on for a few seconds so it could like manipulate the actual white, and then with my kitchen towel just wiped it all off. And then when it had collected in like the corners, like puddles, I just used my stipple brush and brought those out, and then just wiped it off with the kitchen towel. So turning this back over, you can also see how wobbly this is, so if you wanted to display it on a shelf, it might be worth you using another, make your own stand. You can see how wobbly it is. So again with the black wash, I just went to town. You can see that's slightly darker than that area. I wanted to give it that very, very worn look. Not so much battle damaged, but very, very old, worn look. Because I suppose the Maquis, they're probably, you know, requisition, you know, fighters and various other ships from, you know, from Starfleet. So that's what I've done. You know, because I'm always running away from the Cardassians and Starfleet, so they probably don't have any time to wash and clean their ships. But there it is, one last look at her. Not too bad at all. So basically what I'm going to do now, later on, you can see that I've started hanging some models from my ceiling. There's the Maquis Raider, because originally that was on the shelf over there. So with my clear fishing wire, I'm going to put the Maquis Raider here. So it looks like the actual Kazon Raider is actually chasing the Maquis Raider, like in the first episode of Voyager Caretaker. Well, hopefully I haven't bored you too much with my inconsistent rambling, especially in this second video. I'll put some stills on at the end of this video, and I'll see you fairly soon with my next build. Thank you very much for watching.